here we are, Aquaprint Ireland with John, the owner. John, I couldn't believe when you sent me those pictures and the WhatsApp. The job looks impressive, really good. He has also a million different selections, like if you can see here, you can pick whatever you want. Your man gonna make it happen. John, do you wanna talk a little bit more about your work?
Yeah, of course. Basically the process is a lot more intricate than people think. YouTube kind of makes it look as if it's a simple process, but there's a lot more to it. An example would be your diffuser. When I got it in first, it was a brand new part, so that saves me on any sort of repair work or anything like that. But after repair work, it's the same process. So because it was an ABS plastic diffuser, it has to get scuffed first, so the plastic primer will stick to it. After the plastic primer, it gets a high build primer, and that's just because it has a slight texture to it, and the high build primer will basically smooth that out when it's sanded. Once it's sanded, the part gets painted. The base coat generally depends on the design, so for this design I used a slightly darker base coat because carbon it looks better when it's darker. But after the paint, it goes in for dip. Parts like this are kind of awkward because they have fins, they've kind of curved edges, things like that, but the benefit over something like a vinyl wrap would be the fact that when it goes into the water, it's essentially ink, so it'll flow with the designs and the shapes and the curves of a diffuser or even interior parts, things like that, a lot better than a vinyl wrap would. But after it gets dipped, it's 50-50 whether it'll even come out right or wrong. It's kind of one of those things, but if it's right, there's a residue that has to be washed off. Once it's washed off, the parts then must be bone dry, like completely dry before lacquer. The reason it gets the lacquer is the design itself, you could literally scratch it off with your nail, so it has to be protected. So it gets 2 wet coats of a 2K lacquer. And then once that's done, basically I'll have a quick look over it, see if there's any imperfections, any little bits of dust or anything. If there is, it'll get a quick nip and a polish. After that, then it's ready to go to the customer.
And you apply clear coat too, is it?
Yeah, it's a 2K clear coat. It's almost similar in procedure to painting the panel of a car or a bike or anything like that. It's kind of goes through the same process.
John, I can tell that was impressive work. I got lucky because I got a lot of friends recommending me your work and they had your phone number straight to tell me. But if someone looks after you, how will they find you?
They can find me. I have a website, aquaprint.ie. I mainly kind of focus on social media, so the likes of Instagram, Facebook, things like that. That'll be a lot more the up-to-date work. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
There you go, guys. John, Aquaprint Ireland, highly recommend. Have a look at this work that I did. Thumbs up for the lads. Make sure you follow him on the social media. Peace.